Hasn't been pinned down yet whether that landslide occurred because of leaks in the irrigation canal or because the canal was undermined by spring water and rainfall.
But the disaster has prompted calls for reform of canal regulation, or more correctly, non-regulation in Utah. John Hollenhorst has that story.
Riverdale, 1999. Numerous homes damaged and destroyed. Vernal, 1997. A region-wide flood and mud disaster. Delta, 1983. A huge flood in the desert. And repeated problems with a canal in Logan, built decades before homes were put in below.
How was that housing built without some sort of safety flow or setback or something?
State Senator Gene Davis wants to launch a discussion aimed at changing state law. Current law allows the state engineer to inspect canals, but there's no money to actually do it, except when someone calls in a safety concern.
There is not a regular inspection program by the state.
Canal owners do their own inspections, but the state has no standards for how the waterways are engineered, built, or maintained.
I think we need a good, strong inspection program in the state.
This canal is a big government project, but the typical one is smaller, owned by a group of farmers who have to pay maintenance and inspection costs out of their own pocket.
I think overall they're relatively safe.
Tage Flint of the Utah Water Users Association says those owners do a good job, but more and more homes are being built alongside pioneer-era canals.
It's always incumbent upon the canal company to make sure their canals are well maintained, but it's also a responsibility of the local community to plan for responsible development around these canals so that there isn't an inherent liability that comes up later.
But Davis thinks the state should set engineering standards where lives and property are at stake.
I think we need to take a look and say, okay, engineering-wise, will it hold? What is the ground underneath it?
He says owner inspections would be okay if they follow strict state requirements. But water users wonder how one set of rules could sensibly apply to every mile of Utah's 5,300 miles of canals. John Hollenhorst, KSL 5 News.
Some irrigation companies, but not all, carry insurance policies to cover themselves against disaster. After the Riverdale disaster 10 years ago, that canal company and its insurers paid out millions in settlements.
An apartment fire